Today I'm going to talk a bit about how to correct rhythmic imperfections in performances that are recorded. Sometimes you get a really good take, but you just have a section that you just got a little bit out of time, and you could go back and just punch that in and re-record it that way. But let's say that the guitar player isn't you and that person has left and you need to fix that. A common situation is when you try to make those edits, you'll get little pops because the edit isn't perfect, or you can actually hear where the edit was. I'm going to show you what I do to be able to nudge little sections and not get those audible anomalies. So we're going to just listen to these two guitars. It's a double, and you're going to hear where they kind of go out of time here at the end of the phrase. So it's right here is where I heard it. And it's kind of subtle, but you can see right here the purple one is my main one, and then when you compare it to how things line up on the green one below it, you can see that it's rushing a bit. So this is what I do. It doesn't take much, and you can really do this in any DAW. I'm just going to start with this one right here. In Pro Tools, you can turn on what's called tabbed transients, and that's right up here in this upper corner right here. You just toggle that on to blue, and then what you can do is you can place your cursor right here, pretty much anywhere, and hit the tab button, and it will take you to the beginning of the next transient. So you can see it right there. I just tabbed, and it went right to the beginning of that transient. And actually, it went a little bit before, so I'm going to tab one more time. It took me a little bit too far. So sometimes it's not perfect, but if I just zoom in, I can kind of eyeball it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit B in Pro Tools. That's going to create a slice there, and then I'm going to go to the end of this one. And again, I just tab to that. And then I can take this whole thing, and I can just nudge it back so that the beginning of this goes right up to the beginning of my grid. And I could turn on my snap to grid feature so that I make sure that it snaps right to the beginning of that. Now, what's happened is now this wave has covered up the beginning of this other hit here. So I'm just going to take this tool and just bring this one back right to the beginning of that transient. And then I'm going to create a crossfade right there. And then I'm going to do the same thing for this one here. I'm just going to bring this out, and then you can create the crossfade right there. And now, the reason that you want to bring the one that you moved back and not this one on this side forward, on the left side forward, is because when you do, you're going to see the old wave that you just nudged begin there. So you can't do that, because then you'll just hear the beginning of the mistake. So you want to make sure that that's not there, and then just bring that one forward. And now you'll hear this is now in perfect time. And so you would just do that for any waves that are out of sync. And in this section, I've got quite a few, but I just wanted to show you how to do one. And really, once you get one, if you know that the rest are somewhat in the same amount out of time, you can just drag this, and then you'll see, like that one right there, now they're a little bit behind the beat, but that's better than being ahead, right? So if I just did it to like maybe right there. So now with one edit, you've corrected a whole section. And you can hear the difference right here. I'm going to take it back so you can kind of hear what happened before. And then here it is corrected again. You can hear it's not flamming as much right in this section right here. So yeah, give that a shot next time you're looking to tweak a performance that you've recorded.